Hey friends, Pastor Curtis from Christ Community Church here, and as you probably saw, I preached on marriage this weekend, and I just wanted to follow up a little bit, maybe some practical things that didn't get into the message. And so I wanted to give you two book suggestions that could be if you're preparing, thinking about marriage, or if maybe the two sermons that we preached the last couple of weeks are just totally blowing your mind in terms of what marriage is supposed to be about. Or maybe even if you're going through a bit of a rough patch or you really just want to spend some intentional time working with your spouse to improve your marriage. So I have two book recommendations for you. The first one is called The Meaning of Marriage by Tim Keller. And I don't have a hard copy, so that's why I'm using my iPad. But this is one of those books, it's about what it says, the meaning of marriage. It dives into some of the myths that we have in our culture about marriage, and then jumps into what is God's actual design for marriage, gets into things like sex and singleness and decision making, and it's written by both Tim and Kathy Keller, so it has a great balance and both perspective kind of a thing. And then that would be a great book, so if you're thinking about marriage or if you're just exploring, kind of rethinking what marriage is really supposed to be about, that would be a great book for you. If you are maybe in a harder place or maybe just want to really intentionally spend some time with your spouse working on the marriage, Intimate Allies by Dan Allender and Tremper Longman would be a great option. This is kind of a book of case studies, and so you will read the stories of different couples and issues that they've faced, and then after a couple of chapters, there'll be some discussion questions. And so Kelly and I have worked through this book together. We just took turns reading the different sections and spent intentional time talking about it, worked through the questions, and then after you hear the story and you hear the questions, you kind of hear the pastoral response to it. And so that's called Intimate Allies. Dan Allender's a Christian counselor. Tremper Longman's an Old Testament theology professor. And so Tim Keller, famous pastor, great book, Meaning of Marriage. Dan Allender, Tremper Longman, Intimate Allies. Both of them great options. Would commend either one of them to you. There's a lot of other great ones, but these are ones I have personal experience with. And I hope these are helpful to you. Take care.